For the Gunlance. This is a Gunlance tutorial for those who want to learn how to play with the Gunlance. The Gunlance is, how do I say it feels like a slow moving weapon. Like you could go and do your thing, but this is more for like the slower, more heavy hitting kind of guys. Now, if that's not your playstyle, then feel free to click off the video because that's not for you. This isn't for you, but if you want to learn, this is it. So you got your 3 basic thrusts with a lance. It's the same for the actual lance, by the way, not the gun lance. But you got your 3 basic thrust, and then for your block, you got your thrust like this. But these aren't consecutive. They're just, you stop, stab, stab, stop, stab, stop. What you can do is do the rising slash, right? And that'll give you the overhead. That'll give you your overhead hits. And these are mainly for like, getting that tail, mainly like just getting that tail up there and trying to get it off. Now the overhead, right, in past iterations, the overhead was supposed to be a sort of shelling like that, right? So it was just supposed to be a sort of slam and then shoot, and you release all your shells. As you see in the top left right there, all my shells are gone. I'm gonna reload the gun. Now, what you can do, right, because this is part of the gimmick with the Gunlance, is that you can stab and you can shoot, right? So the idea is stab, shoot, stab, shoot, stab, shoot, stab, shoot. Now, you could do like a quick reload system. You can manually reload it, which I don't recommend if you're just doing your shellings, right? So what you want to do is, because there's a quicker reload, you can stab, shoot, reload, and you see that one's much quicker than the actual manual reload. This one's like just slap and everything's good. Now, why would you want to use the other reload? Why would you want to use this reload? Now, what this reload is for the Wyvern Spike, right? That's something they added in this game I have never seen before. So there's a few ways to use your Wyvern Spike. So I'm going to go over the most basic one if you just want to get it out the quickest way possible, right? So just shoot twice, and he launches the Wyvern Spike. It does continuous damage, and then it explodes. And as you can see, I no longer have the spike in the top left. Now, the only way to get the spike, because if you watch this, it doesn't give me the spike back. The only way to get the spike is to manually reload it. Now, a few combos you can do with the Gunlance. This is what I do mainly. It's the stab shoot combo, because this is what's going to give you a good DPS. And it's not going to leave you open, because if you worry about all those long combos early on, you're gonna get fucked up pretty good, especially if you're alone. Oh yeah, I forgot one more thing. So while you're moving, right, and you press triangle, what you'll do is you do like a running and then lunging up thrust. And that's basically like this, except you run towards the target. So let's say the wyvern or whatever, goes a little farther out of your reach. You just use the sort of upswing, and there you go. So you cover the distance and you're back in range. So yeah, basic combo, stabs. Now another combo that they don't actually, do they teach you? I'm not really sure. What you can do, oh yeah, it's right there at the bottom, the strong combo. So it's the upswing, and just keep tapping triangle up until you get to this point, right? And there you go. Just keep tapping triangle. And it does the Wyvern Spike for you. That's the long combo with the Wyvern Spike. What you can do, right? Actually, I was trying to see something real quick. Not that, but that's fine. I wanted to see if this overhead, right? Shit, I fucked up. I want to see if this overhead is the same amount of damage if the shelling was completely full. So let's see real quick. So I got about 2 hits in that. So let's see. Right. So if you want the full damage of the overhead and the burst fire, you make sure your ammo's full and fire right after it. So yeah. Oh yeah. The last thing to worry about, or that you want to use with this weapon, is the most powerful move it has, and that is the Wyvern's Fire. Now the Wyvern Fire is a charge-up move, and once you use the move, you're pretty much stationary, and you could only swing the lance around a limited area, and you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to use it real quick. I can't go past farther than that. And it's the same way the other direction. So you got about, wow, they really upgraded the range. So let's say I'm facing forward. I got about here, and that's as far as I can go. I cannot move. I can't really go anywhere. And the distance is like limited. So I gotta be like right about here is as far as I can hit. So make sure when you're using that, the monster's down, or that you're just really good at reading the monster and you're able to tell, you know, where he's going to be and for how long. If not, then I wouldn't use it unless the monster's on the ground. Another thing you want to do after these combos are back steps and side steps. Now, what they originally had is that you could only do back steps and side steps for the lances, but for any of the vets that are unaware, you can actually do forward steps. That is something they have put in the game, and it has made my life a lot easier. So not only do I have this forward upswing, forward upswing to close the distance, but you also have the forward lunge. So things to keep in mind. But what this does is, it opens up things for you. So for example, let's say I shoot, right? I could just jump and press O and it'll reload for me. I don't have to guard and then reload. So let me show you. Because the only way to reload from here, from a standing position, is just like that. Well, like I said, if you're using shellings and you haven't used your spike, quick reload. Always quick reload. It'll save you time. I said DPS. Damage per second. You want to do this, right? If you're using your Wyvern spike, right? The only way to get that spike back is to manually reload. Now, manually reload isn't long. I mean, the differences are slight and few in between. And they're all about situational and keeping your distances and reading the monster. So if it's a simple weapon, simple enough, but in the hands of a master, it's a real problem. That's it for the Gunlance tutorial. Now, like I said, let me show you the distance on this thing real quick. See, I can't move forward at all. That's about as far as I can go. Closer the better, and make sure the monster's still. But that's it for the Gunlance tutorial. Please like and subscribe. I hope you liked watching. I think I covered all the basics for the Gunlance. There's also the wall running and all that crap if you want to worry about that. But I don't think that's necessary, to be honest. It's the same thing. The overhead with R2 and then the burst fire. And then, you got it. I mean, other than that, you got it. It's pretty simple stuff. Alright, take care.